Today we're going to show you how you can design a tray by using another tray as the reference photo. So here's a tray that we have here, and it's just a simple round tray, and I want to be able to change it and change the look of it. So the first thing you need to do is you need to add a layer. Those of you who have heard some of my other YouTubes know that you have to always add a layer, make a circle. You see how it made the circle by itself, and you kind of adjust the circle as you need to. And then the next thing you need to do is take a color and you need to fill the color in the circle. So in order to use clipping mask, again, this is very important. You must fill the color in that layer. Then you must add another layer on top of this. And I like to use, different colors just because I find it's very easy for me. Here I'm kind of using this bright red again, but then I'll layer it with a different color. And a lot of times I will, use all different colors. But I like the bright colors just because I can really see what I'm doing, and you'll see at the end that this will not show up for any of the actual layers. So here we go again. We need to just adjust it a bit so we can get it as close as possible as we can. And this is the great thing about Procreate is you can take your time and you can adjust it in any way that you need to. That it really makes this a great and easy program to be able to work with. And then you can just add a layer on top of that one there. And see, now that layer's on top of that layer, so I'm going to move it down so that I can actually kind of see more of what I'm doing. Then I'm going to turn off those layers because I want to be able to see for my next layer. But you'll see again, I've added a layer. And even though I've turned off those layers, they're still there. But I just need it so I can be able to do my next layer on this. So I'm going to use the same pen that I'm using again. In fact, if you're not sure about which pens or pencils to use, you can check out our blog about that. I'll put a reference to it down in the YouTube description there. So if you want to, you could check out that and check out the YouTube videos on those, because sometimes these pens can get a little bit tricky and it won't fill in, and you can spend a lot of time to get it to fill in and it doesn't fill in, because it's very important that it actually fills in. So now you can see as I turn these on that I'm going to have to do some changes and adjustments here. But you can see how quick that was actually to be able to get done, and that it didn't take that much time. Procreate's a very easy program to work with. There, I'm going to move the layer again so I can be able to see the layers, because I need to be able to see the layers, because that's going to make a difference in this whole process here and how the design works out. And then, once I've done the layers, if I need to feel like there's things I need to adjust or stuff I need to do, then I can make those adjustments that I need to be able to make. And again, with Procreate, there's no real mistakes. If you need to go back and do something else, you can. You need to check something, you can. It's, nothing's fixed here because you have the layers. If you need to delete anything, you can just delete the layer, or you can adjust by the layers. But you need to remember when you're adjusting that you adjust on the layer you're on, because if you don't, then you have to do it layer by layer. This is similar to Photoshop or InDesign or some of the other programs like that work again with layers. So when you're working with Procreate, you really need to think about layers. Now that I pretty much have been able to adjust all these as I need them, and been able to done all the the layers I need to do, now I need to import the photo, and I'll import the photo that I have here, and then I'll just put it over it as I need it to be. I can move it around. You see, I could flip the photo quite easily by using my fingers, and then I just do a clipping mask. And that's all you need to do, is you just need to make sure for each layer that you do, if you don't like it, like on this one here, where I'm just like, there's something that I didn't like about it, I can change it. I can adjust it if you don't quite get the layer on it. We'll only clip exactly what you have. So if you're missing part of it, it will show the part that's also missing. So that's an important part too about clipping mask. And there go again, and you do the clipping mask, and there you can see whether or not you like that one or not. So you'll follow the same process layer by layer. You can either import a photo or you can actually use a color, and you can pick whichever color you want to on that, and then you can actually clip and mask also the color. So with clipping mask, you can use a photo or you can use an actual color like I'm doing right here now, and you go in and you just clip and mask the same thing, and you can see how that red line that I had before, that bright red line, does not show anymore. And if you don't like it, you can delete it and you can go back and you can do something else. You can see here one of the great things with Procreate is you can, adjust colors. You can check colors. You can decide which colors you like and which colors you don't like. You can erase them. You can go back in and quick, easily add something else that you want to have. When you're working with the color though, make sure you add a layer. Again, you need to add layers on top. And if something doesn't look right to you, like it did for me here, then you can go in and you can adjust it. But all you need to do is remember the steps is to add a layer and then do clipping mask. And then that's the process for being able to do clipping mask for this. So here we are, we're done. Here's how the final project looks on this and all the layers that we have on this. One of the great things, now you can export it and use it. And one of the great things about Procreate with this is you can add other colors, other finishes. You can do other things with the same shape like I've done here. So you can basically use the same tray for many different finishes. This is Anita from Mindoro. Thank you so much for listening. And if you get a chance, please check out our blog at mindoro.com. Also, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest, and of course here on YouTube. If you have any needs for creating, developing, or manufacturing some great products, home decor and home furnishing products here in Asia, please do contact us. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for listening, and